Hey YouTube, this is Orion making another vid. If you like my content, please consider hitting the like button and also please consider subscribing, as it is very much appreciated. This is my overview of the Schrade Schf52m. The Schf52m is a drop point, single-edged survival knife. I actually had this gifted to me by a good friend several years ago, and as I have many knives in this category, I haven't given it a lot of work. I have used it a little bit, but yeah, I haven't had the chance to really review a lot of it. I have did a little bit of work with it, but the small amount of work I have given it, it's performed admirably, and that's why I'm only giving it an overview and my initial thoughts. I've done a little bit of chopping, a little bit of slicing with it, but other than that, I haven't really given it much of a workout. So hence the overview and not a true review. It's a drop point, single-edged survival knife, as I said. Features a full tang, black powder coat. Features 1095 high carbon steel with a hollow grind, as you can see. Full tang goes all the way through. Features micarta handles with texturing all over the micarta. I'll come back to and address that later. I have wrapped the handle in camo form, as you can see, so you can't actually see the micarta. Has a finger choil, a lanyard hole, the textured micarta, as I said, and there is, underneath here, there are several areas of jimping, but because of the camo form, those jimping has been rendered useless because I've covered it with camo form. But there it is in the hammer grip. Handle fits my large hands really well. Lots of options with the finger choil because it's quite usable. You come up, no dramas. As you can see in the hammer grip there, not a problem. It does feature a hollow grind on here. Getting up close to the knife. I'll address that now. I was a bit ambiguous about that. For survival knives, I can't really see why they would have given it a hollow grind. I would have much preferred a saber grind on these knives, but they went with the hollow grind, and there's not much I can do about that now. The saber grind would have been better because you want to be able to do heavy chopping, and you want it to be a tough knife. And the hollow grind, all I can see is all that did was thin out this area here and maybe made it a little bit weaker, where with the saber grind, it would have put a little bit more meat behind the edge. And I think the saber grind would have been, personally for me, I reckon the saber grind would have been a little bit better choice. But they didn't go with that, they went with hollow grind. I'll put the rest of the stats of the knife in the description bar as per usual down below. The knife does come with a ferro rod and a striker and a sharpening stone that fits in the sheath here. I actually did replace the sharpening stone. It was quite a large sharpening stone system. It was a dual-sided diamond impregnated stone. I replaced it with a slightly smaller, similar system. So, and I'll list all the the contents. I won't take them out here. I will list all the contents that I've got in the sheath in the description bar as well, because I have got a list of what I've got in here down in the description bar. So, yeah. The sheath is a polyester affair, has got a plastic liner in there, and it has got a pouch on the outside so you can fit a little bit of survival gear in there. I view this knife as a replacement for the likes of the K-Bar, BK7. It could easily go head to head with that type of knife, the 7-inch 1095 survival knife. And that's exactly what I think this knife is marketed towards. It's that 7-inch survival knife category. And I think Schrade did a very good job of making a robust, because it's got a 1/4-inch spine made out of 1095 with the micarta handles. Fairly ergonomic, like the handles are really ergonomic. Everything about it is quite well thought out, actually, as far as it goes. So I would say, yeah, this is exactly marketed towards that niche of the 7-inch survival knife. And I would say it would easily go head to head with any 7-inch 1095 survival knife. And I think they did a really good job of it as far as building this knife to go towards that head-to-head comparison. And the only problem I found was the slight aggressiveness on the micarta handles. I did some chopping when I originally got the knife, and the micarta handles has this texturing all over the sheath, all over the handles. And that's why I covered it in camo form, because unless you're wearing gloves, I found it was quite aggressive, and my hands it was a hot spot for me. So that was the only real problem I had with this knife. So it was it was really bad. But anyway, I'll come to the pros of the knife. And overall, when I bought the knife, or actually I didn't buy it, but I know how much the knife was because it was gifted to me by a friend. When this knife was bought, it was $120 Aussie, which was really affordable. It was at least $50 or $60 cheaper than the likes of the BK7 or whatever. That's definitely its biggest selling point, because I personally think the micarta handles were better than the BK versions. Their handles on the BKs were a little bit slippery. The sheaths are all about the same. It has the same 1095 steel, 7-inch handle, 7-inch blade, like going head to head towards the BK7. This knife was a little bit cheaper, so that was where I went with affordability and pricing for the pros for the knife. And the con was the aggressive micarta handle. But it's an easy fix. You just put a little bit of camo form on it, or you could probably slip a Ranger band over the top of it, and that would be just as good. Wearing gloves would solve that problem too. But they also bring out there's another version of this, because the 52m, M stands for micarta. There is I think there's a 37 SCHF 37 version, and they do a plastic, or I'm not exactly sure what they call it, but it's basically a plastic handle, and it's got slight texturing, but I think that may be a better version as far as not as aggressive. But once you put the camo form on it solves the problem straight away. And I have no problems with texturing now. And the camo form gives you really good grip anyway. So yeah, I'd personally, I like the looks of the micarta, but once you cover it up, you can't see it anyway. But yeah, it's this solves the problem, and it's a quick fix. And once you do it, it solves all the problems, and it stops a lot of the vibrations too. A lot of these knives, when you're doing heavy chopping, which with a survival knife such as this, you're going to be building shelters and all that sort of thing. You are going to do heavy chopping, and this knife is quite capable. It's got a 1/4 inch spine, so and it's a quite capable knife of doing heavy chopping with it. Yeah, the camo form certainly takes a bit of that vibration out. But overall, my final conclusion is basically I'm really impressed with this knife. It's a solid knife, and the little cutting I have done with it, I have done a little bit of chopping with it. I've done a little bit of slicing and whatnot. Yeah, it performed admirably for the little chopping I did, and I'm very thankful for my mate for gifting it to me. It filled a niche, and if I was going to suggest a survival knife that's well priced, this would be one I would put up against the plethora of survival knives out there. Because even now, I looked up on eBay the other day, and they're still running at about $160. So, excuse me. They're even now, like for $160. That's still a good price for this quality knife. They are made in China. Schrade gets them made in China. That's something you have to come to terms with. A lot of knives are made in China these days, so yeah, unless you want to pay a lot of money, you're basically most knives are going to be either made in China or Taiwan now. So unless you go into Chris Reeves or Hindra or something like that, yeah, most knives are made in China now these days. So yeah, that's just something you're going to have to live with. It's basic. That's just the way of the world now. So yeah. But anyway, I'll just show you around last bits around the knife. I was actually blown away because yeah, my mate he actually bought two of them, one for him and one for me, and it just turned up. He didn't. He surprised me because this just turned up at my door, and yeah, just very appreciative of it. Very generous gift. I don't know if you can pick up the hollow grind. Schrade's making some nice knives now these days. The quality's come up right up. Their fit and finish is pretty good. This one's got really good fit and finish actually. It's not too bad at all. Everything's really good. The grind lines are really nice. They're all even. Yeah, the baked on finish is pretty good. Powder coat finish or whatever it is. They call it black powder coat finish. Yeah, overall solid offering from Schrade, and yeah, for the price, around 160 Aussie at the moment. But when I got it, they were, this one was free, obviously, but yeah, a gift. But yeah, that when I was getting them, when they were first came out, they were about $120. But yeah, these days they're about $160 Aussie. Anyway, that's my overview of the Schrade SCH F52m. Thanks for watching.